Jay Hardin along with Kari Froebe, and we're going to have an abbreviated pregame show tonight because we've been experiencing audio difficulties between us and the station, so hopefully it doesn't affect our WLCN 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com, WLCN Sports. You can catch our stream there on the U39 to go before we go green. I almost said that. I'm thinking it's outside, and I'm starting to get into motorsports mode now, folks. 4:39 before we go green. No. 4:39 before we have the opening possession. Taylorville in town tonight. Record of 2-14, I believe, on the season. I know they're 2-11 in the Apollo Conference. We beat them in the opener by about 10 points. And the Lady Railers looking to get back to the 500 mark after a tough loss last night against Charleston, where these girls played their hearts out.
They did. They played really hard last night. It was a game that came down to the wire. The score was, I think, 67-60. So it doesn't really reflect how close it was because the Lady Railers had to foul in the last 30 seconds, put them at the line. But it was a 2-point game most of the time. And I mean, we had the lead after, going into the third quarter. So they've got, a good program down there, well coached. And so they played a really tough game last night. So hopefully they've got something left in them and give us.
This team has grown considerably from the first game at Taylorville, from the first game we did here at home. They've matured quite a bit too, and we've seen it. I watched the game that they played over at Mount Zion and how well they played there. Wasn't able to catch any of the Charleston game, but read the recap on it. And as I said, this team has really grown quite a bit. They've been, with the exception of maybe one game, I guess, Mattoon, if you say that.
Yeah.
They've been competitive all year, and this is a young team. 3 freshmen getting a lot of playing time. Tori Garrett's, unfortunately, the 4th freshman who's been sidelined. Ava Gorins was down for a while with an injury. So the team's grown quite a bit, and cross our fingers, I think we can get to that 500 mark, which I think would really be quite an accomplishment given all the circumstances.
Definitely. Going back to some of those games, let's say the SHG game, we did that game, and right now they're undefeated, and I think we've given them one of their best games they've had all year. So we've been right there against some of the top teams in the state and in the area. Just can't get over that hump. So hopefully, we end tonight at 500. That mentality goes into next season. That hey, we're there. We can come out next year ready to go out and show everybody what the Lady Railer program is made of. And wasn't Charleston in that boat last year? Didn't you say they finished
Yes, they did struggle last year, and they've kind of turned around. Of course, when you have Division I recruits sitting there, that helps quite a bit.
Pushes everybody to be better.
Right.
Yeah.
As we said, the Lady Railers right now sitting at a record of 8-9, 6-7 in the Apollo Conference. So a win tonight gets them back into 500 in both cases. Lincoln has gotten their season average. We talked about this, the defense being there. Their defensive average has actually been coming down. They're now giving up about 48.7 a game, but averaging on the scoring end 49.5 a game. Nice to see that because that's been in negative numbers most of the year from offense to defense. Nice to see that they've got that tipped the other way, and that tells me that the team's maturing offensively but still playing the defense.
Yeah, I've really been impressed. I think our defense has gotten better each game. We comment on that a lot, that a little bit more aggression, and I think they're figuring out where they need to be and where their teammates are going to be. Part of this we talked about is team chemistry, and you didn't really have a lot of time to build that coming in, and so they've grown each game and developed that. So it's been good to see throughout the shortened season.
Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 1:30 break, and we'll be back after the national anthem with the opening possession. Jay Hardin, Kari, Froebe back here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, home of Neil Alexander Court. We still have a bunch of basketball here to go on WLCN 96.3 FM. Tonight's game with the Lady Railers against the Lady Tornadoes of Taylorville. Tomorrow night it'll be the boys against the Taylorville Tornadoes here at Roy S. and the final home game at Roy S. and then 2 games on Saturday. So 4 games yet to go in 3 days. As the opening possession brought to you by Uncle James. James Siddons. Taylorville will inbounds the basketball. Haley Sagal has it out front. The number 14, Alarina Letniku. And she lets it fly and nails the 3 from the top of the key. So the opening possession there, it's Taylorville up 3-0. 7:34 to go here in the first quarter. Underneath Reese McEwen. Oh, misses the bunny. Chloe Froebe up strong for the rebound. Froebe back up. 5-footer good. Chloe Froebe knocks it down. Score 3-2. A lot of action here to open as Lady Railers extend the press. They extend the 1-2-2, trying to pick up a few turnovers. Taylorville breaks the press pretty easy. And the ball thrown out of bounds through the hands of number 50, Courtney Gideon, a 5'10 senior.
She had a wide open look there under the basket, so fortunate for the Lady Railers, it went out of bounds.
Yes, and if you're the coach on the sidelines, you're not happy that somebody got behind your defense that way.
That's right.
Paulus ahead to Gorins. Gorins, Paulus, Froebe into McEwen. McEwen kicks it to Gorins. 2-3 zone employed by Taylorville. Inside to McEwen. Reese turns around among the trees, throws it up, and no good. Ball on the floor, ball on the floor, ball on the floor. And I think, that's going to stay Lincoln basketball.
I thought it was going to stay here because she was, oh, wait.
Oh, now he's reversed his call. Okay, now you tell me if my eyes may not be are not that bad, that he pointed one way and then pointed another.
You know what? It was a suspicious call. Like
at the end of the day. 6:42 to go here in quarter number 1. We're just having too much fun out here. We ought to do the morning show.
I know. I think they want listeners.
Probably. We had listeners for a while. Letniku fires out of the corner, no good. Battle for the rebound. And coming out of that is Reese McEwen going for it. Maybe she gets a double-double again tonight.
Oh, I hope so.
Chloe Froebe, step back 3, fires. Good rotation on the ball, around and out, no good. Rebound goes to Hannah Clayton. Sage across to Letniku. Sage. Or Sagal,
there
sorry.
We go. Good job, Reese.
Stolen by McEwen. McEwen kicks it ahead and ball thrown away, and there's a collision half court. And I think Chloe's going to get nailed for the foul. Chloe Froebe, number 5, the 5'9 freshman, gets nailed. She fouled Aubrey Keitzman, another freshman. Alarina Letniku.
That's a fun name to say, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a pretty name, but
yes.
when you're trying to do basketball in the quick action, if it's baseball, it's a little bit easier. Oh, 3. I think that was a 3 or it was a long pass. Chloe comes out with the rebound, going to take it all the way, lays it up, and good. So Chloe Froebe puts the Lady Railers ahead 4-3. Like pushing the tempo tonight too.
I
and
thought
ball
so
thrown
too.
away. Ball thrown away. Keitzman lofted out of bounds.
Looks like we have a little. I'm surprised, but it looks like we have a little bit of hop in our step tonight. So considering the schedule they've had the last couple days.
Kicks it to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg 3. Good rotation.
Good
Got
job.
It. Ryan Stolzenberg nails the 3-point basket. Lady Railers up 7-3. 5:24 to go. And it looks like we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Taylorville. Good chance to remind you that the Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Hampton Inn in Lincoln. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, an indoor heated pool and whirlpool, along with competitive rates. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. Schneider Masonry in Lincoln. All your masonry needs. Family owned, 40 years. Contact Schneider Masonry if you need brick, block, or stonework done. The Lincoln IGA, your hometown proud full-service grocery store. The Lincoln Park District, providing fun and fitness for current and future generations. Check out all the programs and services at LincolnParkDistrict.com. And, of course, Uncle James is sitting in the stands tonight.
That's right.
Probably loving every minute of this. Nice pace by the Lady Railers so far, 7-3. You don't want to bring it up because we weren't doing the broadcast at the time. But I can tell you that the Mount Zion announcers on their broadcast didn't know what to do. But congratulations to Chloe breaking that freshman record. She's had quite a year, averaging 26 points a game, standing at 448 points right now total. Heck of a year for And you're a proud mama, I'm sure.
I'm very proud, and it's always good to see all these girls succeeding, and most importantly, let's get back on the even side, like.
Well, a jump ball called. I'm not sure because I don't think any of the girls had their hands on the ball. The Keitzman had it wrapped up like a football, but hey, we'll take the turnover. And a shot by Stolzenberg out of the corner. Battle for the rebound. Paulus is going to battle, and we have another jump ball. Okay, that one I could see.
That one I could see.
Makeup call. That's what
I think that.
Keitzman, Letniku going to take it down the lane. Tried the bounce pass. Ball on the floor. First and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Oh, we got another jump ball. We've had nights of travel, and it looks like
jump ball night.
Yeah, looks like Channel 1450's decided to join us tonight too.
All right. Channel 1450 apparently here doing some of the video work. I see Taylorville's brought their radio guys across the way.
Well, can I give a shout out to the WLB 7th grade
Shout
girls.
Out to whomever you want.
The WLB 7th grade girls won their regional championship tonight against Hartsburg-Emden here at WLB. Now, there's no state this year, so, we've talked about with no postseason that you just go out and you dominate teams and you prove your point that you should be at state or the state champion, so each game. And so congratulations to the 7th grade girls WLB volleyball team.
Oh, and to remind you folks, too, we're not going away. Sports isn't going away anytime soon here. Because starting next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday is the first boys football game. They're going to be on the road at Charleston. They have a 6-game schedule. And in talking with Coach Al on Tuesday night, he had to go back to Mount Zion yesterday because today is Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to go back to Mount Zion yesterday for a conference meeting as they were going to try and figure out how to accommodate the 20% capacity rule. So you folks be watching for that news as to how that rule is going to work out and whether or not you'll be able to attend any away games. I presume we'll be able to have our fans at home games, but we don't know yet about away games. Froebe, the long 3 right wing, good. Chloe Froebe knocks it down. Give Chloe Froebe 7 on the evening. Lincoln up 10-3, 4:34 to go in the quarter. Keitzman in the corner, Gideon out front to Letniku, to Sagal. Gideon, the long 3 out of the corner, didn't hit anything but the backboard. Ball bounced out to Keitzman, the freshman. Kicks it in the corner to number 20, Clayton, and shot missed. Ball on the floor again, and another first down. Always wanted to try football. This may be the evening.
I was going to say, you know what? Are they having us do the football games? That could be kind of interesting.
It could be very interesting. I think Bobby Verderber and Ken Schweitzer would appreciate that. Keitzman the basketball, and that was kind of obvious
happened.
right there.
I'm going to agree. I don't say that a lot. I agree with the official on that call.
4:04 to go here in the first quarter. Lincoln up 10-3. Glad you tuned us in here on the sports voice of Lincoln, Logan County, and Central Illinois, WLCN 96.3 FM. Reese McEwen to Gorins. Stolzenberg. Taylorville stays in this 2-3 zone. Froebe will take the 10-footer in the lane, back of the iron, and Stolzenberg wasn't there for the rebound. She had already started down the floor. 2 Taylorville players got it. Into Sagal. Sagal drives baseline on McEwen, the spin move. Kicks it back out front, Clayton. Clayton against the 1-2-2. Out front, Letniku. Gotta watch her. She can shoot. Keitzman, the long 3. Wow. The freshman, Aubrey Keitzman, nails the rainbow 3 out of the corner, and it's 10-6. Well, they're not afraid to put those 3 shots up.
No, and that's typical of a Taylorville team. They've always got pretty good shooters there in Taylorville.
Stolzenberg out to Froebe. Gorins between the circles. Kicks it in Paulus. Nice lob pass. Oh, a little bit higher. Might have had it. Ball on the floor. Letniku will take it out of there. And Taylorville on the run. Here come the Lady Tornadoes. And stolen away. Great defense by the senior Emily Paulus to Froebe. And Froebe on the run. She's got numbers. What's she going to do? Kicks it to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg 3 out of the wing. Back of the iron. Up on top of the backboard. And knocked out of bounds. And I think Reese McEwen touched it last. She did. So with 2:45 to go here in quarter number 1, it's the Lady Railers 10 and Taylorville 6. Becca Heitzig into the basketball game. Gives Reese McEwen a little bit of a rest. Letnikou against the defense.
It was a good job by Emily to cut off the sideline there.
Into the game, Olivia Woodward, another freshman, and Keitzman fires again.
Another one.
Wow. Aubrey Keitzman looked a little shaky to start the game, but she's nailed 2 long threes, and it's 10-9. So we know they've got a couple of shooters out there on the floor. Gorin's baseline, nice little move, kicks it back out. Paulus to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg the 3 on the way, no good. Ball rebounded by Clayton. Ahead to Keitzman. Oh, she wanted that one. She thought about it and thought, well, maybe I better not. And in the corner to Woodward.
Becca.
Woodward puts it up. Ball on the floor. Becca Heitzig.
Another jump ball.
Yeah, I think it's just a sign that the girls are out there hustling and not.
Yes.
We want that loose ball.
Right.
And everybody's going for it. Nice to see the hustle.
Yeah, we got another freshman checking in. So you've got
Jenna Bowman into the basketball game, number 1. She's gotten a lot of varsity time lately.
Well, she was out because of that broken wrist.
Right.
Yep. So it's nice to see her back and healthy. And
Stolzenberg the 3 around and out. Ryan Stolzenberg's just off the mark a little bit from having about 3 3-pointers here in the first quarter. Ball in the corner. Keitzman again. She's going to take a drive in the lane. Kicks it to Woodward. Woodward tried banking it in. No good. Ball on the floor. Sagal kicks it back out. And now we got a number. Olivia McCullough throws a shot up. No good. Ball on the floor. Ball on the floor. And Stolzenberg's going to come out of there after Froebe kicks it ahead to her. Becca Heitzig didn't have the numbers, thought better about it, kicks it back out, and we'll reset the offense. Heitzig, Bowman the 3.
we'll take that.
Oh, it was a 2. She must have stepped on the line. Looked like it might have been a 3. It was a 2, 12-9. We'll take it. Jenna Bowman with the nice shot, and the freshman all contributing here. Sagal, the 10-foot turnaround up, no good.
Good board,
Rebound
Emily.
by Emily Paulus.
Go, run the floor.
Paulus to Heitzig, and here comes Becca on the run. Now she's trapped by a couple of Taylorville players. To Froebe, corner Bowman. Froebe the 3, here we go. Good!
Oh.
Chloe Froebe has 10 already in the first quarter. 45 seconds to go, Lincoln up 15-9. And Froebe knocks it away. Froebe stops and pop, 15-footer, rolls it. No.
Oh, good board,
Rebound,
Becca.
Becca up
Oh,
and
and an and one. I gotta clap for that one.
good. No cheering in the press box. We'll make an exception this one time because it wasn't for Chloe.
That's right.
Becca Heitzig knocks it home.
I love those. When you're actually in the right position for the rebound and just going up your timing. Good job, Becca, being on that weak side.
Becca Heitzig, her first points at the line with the at-one, up and foul was on number 5, Aubrey Keitzman, the freshman, her first, team's first. And now it looks, hey, we're looking at maybe a 10-second call. And yeah, their coach, Hayden Eldred, he saw that, got a quick timeout, and I think that was a 30-second timeout.
I think you're right. Oh, he wasn't happy.
Well, I can't blame him about that because they were taking their time and not advancing the ball.
Yeah.
I swear that's his second timeout. They haven't adjusted the scoreboard yet.
Well, I think that other one was a mass timeout.
No, but I thought he called one out. But I thought he called a timeout before the mass timeout, about the 5:30 mark. Didn't he call another 30-second timeout then?
Well, you might be right. You know what? I know you're right, Jay, because you are. I trust everything that you say, because you are normally right.
That's wrong on your part. My own mother would say that. So would my wife. In fact, my whole family would. Lincoln up 17-9, 25.2 seconds to go. Taylorville still has to go the length of the floor. Good defense by the Lady Railers, and they were working on a 10-second count there. And I think that is Taylorville's second timeout of the first quarter.
I'm wondering what they're talking about. There's something going on. There's a technical. Somebody came in. I wonder if it's somebody that didn't.
Well, either somebody came in and didn't report to the scorer's bench, or there's somebody not in the scorebook. But I can't figure out what it is. That's what the technical has. That has to be what it is.
I'm thinking so too. Yep, they're going over and looking.
So we have a technical foul on Taylorville, but it doesn't appear to be for anything that was said. If it was very quiet. And Chloe Froebe misses the first of 2 shots. She'll have second of 2 shots. But the way the official reacted, it was either somebody that reported in the game that didn't report incorrectly, or somebody was not in the scorebook. And makes the second of 2 shots. So 18-9, the Lincoln lead. We still have 25 seconds, and we're going to get the ball back. So count that really as a turnover against the Tornadoes.
Andy wasted a timeout. So.
Paulus, Froebe. Froebe, Heitzig, corner, Jasmine Robbins into the basketball game. Out front, dangerous pass, Froebe. Froebe takes it down the lane, kicks it to Bowman. Bowman, Froebe. Taylorville ramps up the pressure. Froebe step back, 20-footer, no good.
Oh,
and
Becca was there again.
The rebound, couldn't get it back up before the clock goes off. So we're going to send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout. Lincoln up 18-9. As we get set to begin the second quarter. Both teams still in front of their respective benches. Coach, good first quarter for the Lady Raiders.
Oh.
18 points. I know we've put a few games. Let's see, we had a couple of games of 60 points this year. I'm not sure we put up 18 in the first quarter this year, have we?
You know what? I'm going to say down at Effingham maybe because I think they shot really well down at Effingham because I think it was 40-17 or something at halftime, but then we ended up being 48-40.
And you look a lot better when your shots are going in.
Yeah, you're right. And you got a little bit more bounce in your step. Little swag.
McCullough out front, Letniku. Letniku against the defense. Out front, McCullough. In the corner to Richards, and the ball thrown away. And it's going to go over to Lincoln.
Nope, Emily fouled.
Nope, it was a foul on Emily, sorry. Foul on Emily Paulus.
She tried to block it, but I think she got a little arm. So but the effort was there.
Courtney Gideon, 5'10 senior at the free throw line. First one up and good. Ellie Richards, a sophomore, now into the game for Taylorville, number 25. And Gideon missed that one badly. I don't think it hit anything. Went out of bounds. It'll go Lincoln's way. 7:37 to go here in quarter number 2. Chloe Froebe will bring it back against the Taylorville defense. Brings it up in a hurry to Heitzig. Heitzig, the three-pointer on the way from the top of the key. No good. Battle for the rebound. They've got somebody that's broken loose. McCullough's broken loose. Sagal doesn't see her. Kicks it to Letniku. Letniku Gideon. Back out front, Letniku. Sagal the long three. No. Back of the iron. Ball on the floor, and Chloe Froebe picks it up. She needs help. Can't dribble. Gets it to Heitzig as Becca comes back and grabs the basketball. Becca Heitzig to Jasmine Robbins to Chloe Froebe. Froebe in front of the Taylorville bench. Now Froebe will drive in the lane. Kicks it to Bowman. Bowman, 15-footer, right side, up, no good. Paulus.
Oh, she's boarding hard, though.
Tried to box out for the rebound. Unfortunately, Gideon was able to grab it. Sagal down the lane, left-handed, throws it up. Jasmine Robbins there to clear it out. And here comes Jasmine Robbins on the run. Jasmine Robbins to Froebe. Froebe, Robbins, out front, Heitzig. Again, Taylorville stays in what appears to be a 2-3 zone into Paulus. And they're watching Chloe Froebe. They're extending that zone to watch her. Now Chloe drives in, kicks it to Jasmine. Jasmine Robbins, three on the way. The lefty knocks down the three. Jasmine Robbins, smallest player on the floor, knocks down the three. It's 21-10. Now Taylorville breaks the press. Gideon throws it cross court. McCullough faked the three. Letniku's to Richards. Richards the long three. No. Robbins is going to go chase it down on the sideline.
Go.
Kicks it to Froebe, and the Lady Railers push it again. A lot of energy. And the pass was a good idea. Becca had cut well, but Ellie Richards credit her defense for breaking that play up.
Maybe it was those big feet.
Hey, whatever you got to use. Taylorville now with two substitutions. Keitzman back in the game. Hannah Clayton back in the game. Froebe will have the ball inbounds. Baseline right in front of us, about 10 feet out from the bucket. Gets it into Robbins. Corner Froebe nearly stolen away. Robbins, and you can see they're watching her, into Paulus. Paulus in the trees. Robbins drives down the lane. 8-footer up and good. Jasmine Robbins.
I like it.
Takes it down the lane. Love the aggression here tonight, don't you, Coach?
I love it.
And they've got Keitzman trapped out front. Now she's going to turn loose of the ball to Gideon in the corner. Gideon, dangerous cross-court pass against the 1-2-2. Sagel, a nice spin move in the lane. Doesn't get it. Short. Froebe got the tip-out rebound, and here she comes on the run. Chloe Froebe kicks it to Heitzig. Bowman, three-pointer on the way. Oh, no good, and rebound to Gideon. Gideon out. Let pass to Clayton. Keitzman beat the defense back. Sagel's going to take the long three again. Back of the iron. Long rebound comes to Clayton. She throws it up. No good. Partially blocked. Paulus comes out of there with it, and here comes Chloe Froebe. It's 4-on-3.
Here. Oh, nope.
And Frobe's going to pull it out. Not sure there was much of anything there. Pulled it out. Jasmine Robbins, the three on again. No. Hit nothing but the backboard. Gideon kicks it back out to Clayton. And here come the Lady Tornadoes on the run. And Chloe stepped in the passing lane, steals that pass. And now here we go the other way. It's 3-on-3, now 4-on-3. And Chloe's going to go down the lane. Left-hand layup. Got it.
Got it. Good move, Chloe.
25-10, the Lincoln lead. Chloe Froebe with 13. Sagel nearly traveled in the backcourt against the press. Kicks it to Keitzman. Keitzman, Gideon puts it right up and doesn't get the bucket. Letniku will chase the rebound down, takes a 10-footer and nails it home. Alarina Letniku has 5. And it's 25-12, the Lincoln lead. Oh, pass thrown away through Heitzig's hands. And it goes over to Keitzman. Sagel going to bring it up against the Lincoln pressure. Sagel to Keitzman. Keitzman here on the left wing. Keitzman down the lane, kicks it back out. Sagel going to take the three. That's online, but just a little bit strong. Ball going to go out of bounds. Keitzman touches it last, and it'll go over to the Lincoln Lady Railers. 3:49 to go here in quarter number 2.
Now, is this a mass timeout?
Yeah, it's a mass timeout. So we're going to let Kari tell you about our fine sponsors.
All right. Well, the Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Hampton Inn in Lincoln. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious, full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool, and a whirlpool along with competitive rates. The Lincoln Dare program. Dare to resist drugs and violence. Schneider Masonry in Lincoln. For all your masonry needs, including brick, block, and stone, choose Schneider Masonry. Family owned for over 40 years. Lincoln IGA, your hometown proud full-service grocery store. And the best fried chicken you'll find
We have it every Christmas.
Yes. The Lincoln Park District, providing fun and fitness for current and future generations. Check out all the programs and services at your lincolnparkdistrict.com. And as always, a special thanks to our Uncle James Siddons, a proud supporter and a fan of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, who isn't at Disney tonight and here in the gym with us.
Seriously, folks, if you've got some type of event you've got going, you can get just about anything you need from the Lincoln IGA. They'll slice your ham for you. They'll have your chicken ready to go. You don't want to cook for those relatives that are coming in. Trust me, you get it from the Lincoln IGA. Lincoln the basketball after the timeout, or after the mass timeout. Up and shot by Stolzenberg out of the wing. No good. Ball on the floor. Heitz going to dive for it.
Look at that hustle.
Guess what? Another jump ball. And a possession arrow, which is not yet burned out, goes over to Lincoln. Stolzenberg inbound the basketball. Out front, Heitzig. Heitzig, Froebe, three on the way. No. And McCullough chases it down, and McCullough going to kick it to Keitzman. And Keitzman going to bring it up against the Lincoln pressure. Heitzig now out to the point, and ball thrown away. Froebe recovers, and here comes Lincoln on the run. Froebe triple team, kicks it to Stolzenberg. Gorens, Heitzig, Froebe. Froebe going to drive baseline, 5-footer off the baseline, rolls around, no good. Paulus the rebound, and she wisely brings it out from the trees. Kicks it to Gorens. Stolzenberg. Heitzig will take the three. That's off. And Keitzman will pick the rebound out of there. 25-12, the Lincoln lead. Keitzman, the long three. She's hit.
She's
now
feeling it.
three.
She is
Aubrey
feeling it.
Keitzman has hit 3 bombs from outside. She's a freshman. What is her height at? 5'4", freshman. And she's hit 3 bombs from outside the arc and never hesitated on any of those shots. And it's 25-15, and she's got 9. Heitzig, Froebe, Heitzig to Froebe. Froebe on the left wing, now double team, long pass to Gorens. Gorens going to drives. Stolzenberg cut in the lane. Inside Paula Stolzenberg out of the corner, on line, a little strong, rolls around, no, doesn't go. Almost had the shooter's touch.
I think he wasn't going to call the displacement foul, so go ahead and give them the ball.
Ball out of bounds, it'll go over to Taylorville. Yeah, Coach, I think my broadcast partner for tomorrow night, Josh Connick's, worked on these rims a little bit. I noticed they're a little soft, you know. That ball hung up there quite a bit. It didn't clang off of there, it hung up there.
I'm thinking there's a lid on it right now for a little bit. We haven't scored for...
No, and we've gotten good looks at the basket, but do you wonder, with a minute 52 to go, we're up 10. I thought maybe the last couple of possessions we've got a little, I don't want to call it shot happy, but maybe an extra pass, maybe to run a little bit of a set might have.
Yes, I agree.
Might have resulted in a better shot opportunity.
A higher percentage shot,
we've gotten good looks, but I think we could have gotten some higher percentage shots. Stolzenberg ahead to Heitzig. I mean, you don't want to slow your team down too much, but at the same time, you might have been a couple buckets from breaking the thing open.
That's what we need out of Ava.
Ava Gorens weaves through the traffic, lays it up. It's 27-15.
That's what we need out of her. That was a great
And look
move.
at the defense. Look at the defense ahead. Her trap. No, she gets out of it, passes it out. Layup time coming. And the layup for number 24, Olivia Woodward, a freshman. Give her a deuce. It's 27-17. Gorens, we now have 1:06 to go in the half. Gorens under pressure from Keitzman. Heitzig, Froebe, corner Stolzenberg, back out front. Froebe got to watch the passes go. And McCullough's going to get called for the blocking foul out here about 30 feet from the bucket.
It's a first and 10 maybe.
I'm sure that's not the foul Coach Hayden Eldred wanted at that point in time. Haven't had many fouls. This half has gone really fast. So under a minute to go, clock in the red. Will Lincoln hold for one shot? I don't know. They look like they're ready to go. Heitzig, Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg drives, kicks it back out front. Watch the passes. Gorens will weave in the lane again. Good pass to Paulus. Paulus throws it up. No good. Might have been some contact. And, well, I guess it was, are they going to call that? Well, what are they calling here? Okay, so the foul's on number 14, Letniku, I believe. Okay, so they did call it a shooting foul. It was a little bit late after Chloe grabbed the rebound, then the whistle goes off. Must be that electronic whistle.
Yeah, we're going to say that. I'm going to go with that.
Emily Paulus, the senior, knocks the first one down. We hope to have Emily come up with Coach Rohrer on the post-game show. Let her say hello to you folks. Second one up and good. Emily Paulus knocks down both of them. 29-17, the Lincoln lead. Girls putting up 29 here in the first half. Letniku out front. McCullough goes inside, and there's a wide open number 20, Clayton.
Ava forgot to rotate, but she's playing out of. She normally doesn't play the post, but I think they're working her at a new position. So
Stolzenberg corner back out front, Froebe, and boy, a couple of those passes have been just a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
And now Taylor, we're going to ramp up the pressure here in the last 10 seconds. Froebe, ball screen. 10, 20-footer, up, back of the iron, no good. Rebound all over the place, and Taylorville comes out of there with it. Woodward comes out with it. She's not going to get a shot off. And at the end of one half of play, it is Lincoln 29 and Taylorville 19. I'll tell you what, let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute sponsor timeout. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the halftime show. Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Kari, Froebe, Jay Hardin here on the halftime show. Coach, we were talking off of there. Defense has been pretty good tonight. The Keitzman girl, who's a freshman, I don't know what she did against us at Taylorville, and I haven't seen anything else that I've looked at this year. I mean, there are 2-11 and they're 2-14 overall that indicated that she was that kind of shooter, but she's pumped in 3 long-range bombs.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't seen much, and I don't recall that first game. But having a good shooting night, and we talked about we think the rims are pretty good here in Roy S. So she's feeling it, and good for her to get some open shots like that and see him go in. Once you see that first one go in, I think she was, I'm going to keep trying.
Couple of lapses. We've had a couple of lapses on defense, but for the most part, the defense has been pretty good here the first half. We've pushed the ball. The girls look like they have a lot of spring in their step tonight after a tough loss. And then long road trip. Folks, that's a long road trip to Charleston and Mattoon and that area. We don't want to belabor the point too much, but it is. And if the girls didn't get done till, say, out of the gym until 9:30 last night, it was probably, what time was it when Chloe got home last night?
You know what? They only did a half of a JV game last night, so that helped a little bit. So I want to say it was actually Ken's turn. We rotate. But I want to say it was 10:45.
Still, I mean, it's still late.
Yeah.
And I know she had any homework to do when she got home last night. So late night for the girls, and to come out with some spring in their step tonight here in their last home game, last game of the season.
Yeah.
Last home game. The other thing we've noticed too is that look at the scoring. I mean, Chloe does have 13, but everybody else who's up there, there's no zeros next to those names. There's points. People are taking shots and making them.
Yeah, and attacking the basket.
Yes.
Some of the attacks looks really good with that 2-3 zone coming out, and they're shading. They're really shading on Chloe's side, and so that opposite side is pretty open, and so our girls are taking advantage of it and seeing it, and which is what we need to do when teams adjust and try to play some junk defense on us.
We talked a little bit about this off air too. That I thought, it was just my observation, that maybe we got a little, I don't want to say jump shot happy, but maybe we took some shots a little bit quicker than normal out of the offense. And it wasn't that they were necessarily bad looks. However, once you get a lead, you got a double-digit lead, you want to start making that other team pay the price for giving you that double-digit lead. So maybe an extra pass would have led to an extra bucket, or a couple of extra buckets here as opposed to maybe missing a 20-foot jump shot.
Yeah, I think what we put down 11 points the second quarter, 18 the first quarter,
yes,
and 11 points the second quarter. We discussed we didn't take some of our higher percentage shots. I think we took some shots out of our comfort zone, which on the other side, maybe some of the girls aren't we have that lead, so they feel a little bit more comfortable taking that shot, where we've been down sometimes in the first half, so maybe they're trying to build their confidence a little bit. Like we've talked, we don't really get practice to build that confidence, so once you get that lead, maybe trying to develop some confidence in some of those other girls. But I agree, we need to take some higher percentage shots to build that confidence, and we kind of took some ones that maybe we shoot 20% and instead of maybe an 80% shot that we
Now we're not trying, and I'm not trying to second guess Coach Rohrer in any way, shape, or form here with the second half coming out. But putting on your coaching hat for a second, again, we're not trying to second guess what she's doing.
We just like to guess what the coach is
well,
doing.
you try and say, okay, what might you do?
Right.
If you're in those shoes, what might you do coming out here the second half? So coming out here in the second half, you don't necessarily want to slow your team down. I like the pace that they're at. At the same time, would you maybe tell them, hey, the beginning of this half, they're going to have the possessions, they're going to have the ball first. We get the ball, let's try and get a couple of high percentage shots our first couple of possessions. Make them pay the price. Let's be a little patient, make them pay the price a little bit for letting us get this lead, and let's try and blow this thing open. Well,
yeah, I always talk about coming out the third quarter is extremely important. You set the tone. And so when you come out, for me, we keep the pressure on. Obviously, it causes havoc. Is making Taylorville make some quick judgments and some turnovers, which is good for us. But on the offensive side, what I'm thinking I would do is exactly what you were saying. Come out, run our offense, get some shots to go down, because then it takes the air out of the ball for Taylorville. They see it's going from an 11, a 10-point game, which is this game's not out of the, this isn't a W for us yet. So we knock down a couple high percentage shots, grow that lead to 15, 16 points. Starts to take the air out of the ball for them, and sometimes you start to see some shoulders start to shrug, and it's that mental part of the game we talk about.
And we've seen it on the boys' side, we've seen it on the girls' side too. We've seen this team, and we call it stall out, but we've seen the teams kind of, we've seen our girls sometimes go a little while without scoring.
Yes.
And you don't want to do that and let them back in the basketball game.
Exactly. And we've been known for it being the third quarter. Maybe it was the second quarter this time, but maybe the third quarter, they're going to come out and show us. Because I really feel like we came out that first quarter really on fire defensively. Our footwork looked good. We were moving the ball well. We're attacking well. I thought our defense just looked outstanding. I was shocked, because I really thought, as some of you guys know, the girls that play volleyball too are going to volleyball practice. They go to basketball practice, volleyball practice, and then going to games. And then tonight before the game, they went to volleyball practice. They sit, but they have to be there.
Our on-site engineer, who is now going to be part of the morning show, and we'll end up working for him one day. I know it's going to happen. You can see it coming. He sent us the scoring. Thank you very much, Lloyd. Appreciate you doing that. When we had that game back on February 6th against Taylorville, the Sagal girl, who looks like she is a player, had 10 in that game. Clayton had 9. Keitzman had 6 in that game, so she only knocked down the 2 3-pointers, but she got 9 already. McCullough had 5. Gideon 4, Brandis 3, Richards 2. The Letniku girl doesn't even appear in the scorebook, and I know she's knocked down a shot already, a couple shots already.
She's got 5.
So we've taken the girls that did the bulk of their scoring in the game against Taylorville. We've kind of taken them out, or at least we're watching them.
Yeah.
So, but they had balanced scoring. Of course, Chloe had, I think, 25.
And Stolzenberg, that was the game. Stolzenberg had 16.
She had 16. So we're going to go ahead and keep it right here, because we've talked through the entire pregame show.
We're good at that.
We're good at that. What the heck? As
it looks.
Taylorville to take the basketball out here to start the third quarter. Again, the third quarter opening possession brought to you by Uncle James, who's sitting up in the stands. Well, if there's a bad call, we need to make sure he's calm, because we just don't know how he might react.
That's right.
Letniku right on the rail, on the S of the Rail Splitters logo here on the opposite side of the bench. Inside, Keitzman, a dangerous pass. How she got it through that traffic, I don't know. Sagal goes up for the shot. She's fouled. And the foul, I think, went against Reese McEwen. And it did. Her first, team's first of the second half. Nobody in any foul trouble. Very few fouls called. And Sagal knocks down the free throw. That is her first point. She was the leading scorer the first time we played them. Second one up and rattles it around. Ball on the floor, and Reese McEwen comes out with it. We had a 10-point lead, and Reese sat quite a bit of that first half, and we still rebounded fairly well with this basketball team. So I think it says a lot for our mental state tonight. They try to go inside McEwen. Froebe will take the long 3 left wing. It was online, but short. Ball on the floor. Gorans is going to pick it up.
Ava.
And gets it to Froebe. Froebe will take the 15-footer in the lane. Back of the iron. Paulus taps it. McEwen tapped it. Paulus couldn't come up with it. Taylorville does. Gideon, the cross-court bounce pass inside to Sagal, and it goes through her hands. Hannah Sagal had position inside. Got the ball from Clayton, and the ball went right through her hands. 29-20, the Lincoln lead. 7:03 to go.
That was actually a good look on her part. Good shovel pass in there. Just couldn't handle it, but it was a great look.
Chloe pulled her dribble at the half-court line, got it to Gorans. Now to Gorans again. Gorans corner Paulus. Double post with Stolzenberg, McEwen. Back out front, Gorans. Gorans corner Paulus. Ball nearly knocked away by Taylorville. Chloe recovers it. Ava Gorans out to Chloe Froebe. Into McEwen. McEwen to Ava Gorans. Gorans, that ball's knocked away. She nearly travels. Gets it to Froebe. Froebe, Paulus, and ball nearly thrown away again. Wow. Froebe Paulus going to take the three. Oh, in and out. Nice shot, but it just went in and out. Ball chased down in the corner by Keitzman of Taylorville. And here comes Taylorville on the run with a chance to cut the lead again. And Clayton beats the defense back, gets the layup, and cuts it to 7.
This is what we were worried about.
Yep, 29-22, the Lincoln lead. 6:06 to go here in the third quarter. Inside to McEwen. McEwen in the trees. Gorans. Taylorville still running the 2-3 zone into Paulus. Paulus, McEwen. McEwen drives. Kicks it Froebe. Froebe long shot on the way. Round and out. McEwen goes for the rebound, and we're going to end up, I think, with a jump ball.
She just can't connect.
Possession going to stay with Lincoln, and right now, ball just not going down for the Lady Railers. You think if they get one shot down, that some of the rest of them will start to fall.
That's right.
Chloe Froebe will go drive down the lane. 5-foot runner, good. And that may be the thing that breaks it open. 31-22, Chloe Froebe with 15 on the evening.
Just getting in the lane, taking some higher. This is what we can't have happen.
And Hannah Clayton got behind the defense again. McEwen goes down the lane, 5-footer up, no good. Ball on the floor, and Taylorville comes out with it, and they're on the run. Here comes Keitzman. Keitzman against McEwen. Layup time coming, no. Gorans the rebound. 4 Lady Railers under the basket there. Gorans, the pass to Froebe. Froebe to McEwen. McEwen runs into Gideon, and it's going to be a jump ball again. 5 minutes to go in the basketball game. We're just about to the mass timeout. I'd call it that one of the officials did in the JV game. I heard him.
I'm thinking that coach is hoping there would be a mass timeout too, not to waste one right about this time. Because I'm thinking.
I think they need one.
They
right
need
now.
one.
Yes, I would agree. Letniku, McCullough to Letniku. In the corner, Clayton. Clayton out front, Woodward. Letniku. McCullough, the long three out of the corner. No. Stolzenberg, Ryan Stolzenberg with good position. Good fundamentals right there, and that gets the rebound for Lincoln. 31-24, the Lincoln lead. Goran's going to set up for an 18-footer, the rainbow 18-footer. Front of the iron doesn't go, and coming the other way is Olivia Woodward. Woodward kicks it to Clayton, throws it behind her. Out front, Letniku. Letniku, 17-footer, back of the backboard, and it goes in. She didn't call it. Let's only give her one on that one. 31-26, the Lincoln lead, and Taylorville's come storming back here in the third quarter. Gorans, three-pointer on the way, the rainbow three, and rattles it home. Ava Gorans, 34-26. Good step up by Ava.
That's a big bucket. We needed one.
And Ava with the steal. No. Recovered by Taylorville. Froebe the basketball. Steals in the passing lane to Gorans. Layup time coming. Got it. Yes.
Good job.
36-26. 3:43 to go here in the third. Clayton, and Froebe steals it again, so the defense starting to come through. Froebe, layup time, coming, got it.
Good left hand, Chloe.
And Taylorville, Taylorville, I believe, called a timeout.
I think it went from a 5-point lead to a 12-point lead in a matter of about a minute. So
Taylorville calls a full timeout. Tell you what, let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout. We'll resume the action when we come back. Lincoln up 38-26. Chloe Froebe leads the way with 17 on the Lincoln side. Take it back. Aubrey Keitzman still leads them with 9. And now Lincoln extends the pressure even further. So Keitzman back in the basketball game. Cross-court McCullough. They've used the diagonal pass to Woodward, get it across the timeline.
Oh,
out front, Sigel, and threw the ball away. Froebe, another layup time coming, and got it. Chloe Froebe got ahead of the pack. She's got 19. 3:10 to go. Lincoln up 40-26. Gideon kicks it into Sigel. Sigel running hook shot, no good. Rebound, Emily Paulus. Paulus to Froebe. That ball tipped by Keitzman. Now Paulus has the basketball, gets it to Heitzig. Heitzig in the basketball game. Jenna Bowman in the basketball game.
Meet that. There we go. Good job,
Heitzig.
Beck.
Good kick to Stolzenberg. 3 on the way. No. Off the iron, rebound in the lane. Sigel, I think, got it. Fell down. Frobe's got it. And a timeout by Lincoln. Froebe got the basketball on the floor. And Taylor Rohrer took a quick 30-second timeout. So Lincoln with 4 timeouts remaining, Taylorville with 3.
I couldn't even really tell what happened there. Could you see that?
I think Sigel just lost either she lost it or we were blocked off. So either Sigel lost it or Chloe was able to knock it out of her hands and got the ball on the floor to the point where she was able to grab it and the refs were just letting them play. Hey.
It was hard to see. They were standing in front of us. So
Hey, I'll tell you, we probably ought to give a shout out to your folks because they drive from Western Illinois. It's an hour and a half one way to see their grandchildren play. And they've done it, I'm sure, through the other 2 grandchildren. They're doing it through this one, and you have another one on the way.
Yes.
Up through the system that they'll be doing it for, too.
Yes.
So, again, you and Kent need to buy them a helicopter.
That's in Kent's budget, I think.
There you go.
No,
and by the way, station would like to borrow it when we have to go to Mattoon and Charleston and Effingham.
Oh. Okay.
Back to the action. Ball on the floor. We have a foul here. Well,
Yeah.
Not a lot of fouls so far this game.
Who'd they count it on? 24?
I think it was 25. Number 25, Ellie Richards, a sophomore into the basketball game for Taylorville. Chloe Froebe going to go to the line with 2. She's got 19 on the evening.
Well, and talking about my parents, they make, even coaching, when I'm coaching, they make the trips over just to watch my teams play. So not only that, they bake cookies and bring snacks to the kids. So we're extremely lucky. And they've got some grandkids in Mahomet, too, and they don't miss many of those games either.
Froebe missed the first one, got the second one. Give her on 20 on the evening. She's now got 468 points on the season. That is a new single-season Lady Railers freshman scoring record. Cross court to McCullough. McCullough will take the 10-footer off the baseline, threw that one wildly up. Gideon knocked it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Lincoln with 2:24 remaining here in the third quarter.
Being Emily's last game here, she is really playing hard. I think she's come out tonight like I'm leaving everything on the court here tonight, and really impressed with her rebounding.
Slow pass that Gideon was able to get in front of, and now Paulus picks it up at center court, and they're going to get her for the backcourt violation. She did.
But I think she got shoved a little bit. What do you think?
Maybe a little bit, but there was a whole gaggle of girls there. Could have been one of our own that pushed her across the line.
I didn't see that. I never see that.
Taylorville inbound the basketball, Lady Tornadoes, and Becca Heitzig ran into Olivia Woodward. She won't be sitting there.
I think he anticipated that.
Yeah, I think so too. But Olivia Woodward might not be setting that screen again after Becca Heitzig just ran her over. Well, that's one way to fight through a screen, but ordinarily a whistle comes after that.
Yeah.
And she tried to set the screen again, and Heitzig slipped past it. Out front, McCullough. Corner Woodward. She's going to take the jumper. Up, no good. Rebound, Chloe Froebe. Chloe Froebe, 5-on-5. That's number 5 against number 5. And Chloe weaves through the traffic. Kicks it to Becca Heitzig. Heitzig, right side 10-footer. Doesn't go. Stolzenberg, the rebound to Heitzig. Heitzig going to drive down the lane, and Gideon stopped her from coming down the lane.
I think they're boxing. They're not even worried about anybody else.
No, they're just Bowman 10-footer off the baseline. No good. Ball down in the corner, and Gideon gets the rebound. Gideon to Woodward. Taylorville down 15. Minute 20 to go here in the third. Keitzman thought about launching it. She's going to launch that one up, and that one looked almost good. Rebound underneath the basket, and Ellie Richards had good position. Taylorville boxed out really well, and boy, they are putting some defense on Chloe Froebe. Olivia Woodward's doing nothing but running alongside Chloe Froebe with her arms stretched out. Literally, folks, I'm not exaggerating. And they've gone to some kind of, I wouldn't even call it a box and one, it's a zone and one. Heitzig the rebound, put it back up and no good. Froebe gets the rebound. She is double, triple team, kicks it out to Bowman. Bowman will kick it out to Heitzig, and the Lady Railers will reset the offense. Becca Heitzig, they're going to pull the Taylorville defense out here with 34 seconds to go. Becca in the corner to Bowman. Bowman nearly knocked down by Gideon to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg will take the three. Rebound, Becca Heitzig right there. Oh, and misses the bunny. Ball on the floor and almost thrown away. It was thrown away. Stolzenberg. Heitzig, 17 seconds on the clock. Inside Froebe. Froebe the whirl and got fouled in the lane. Tell you what, Coach, you got to admire the girls' hustle.
I am loving the hustle tonight. I got a big smile on my face if you can't see it. But
and how hard they are working.
I think I'm going to look this way and see if she makes it.
First one up and good by Chloe Froebe.
You haven't told, I'm really superstitious. So like if something worked, then I have to go back to that.
I believe Olivia McCullough got called for the foul. If so, that is her second. And the team's second. Second one by Chloe Froebe, up and good. 43-28, a 15-point lead, and Chloe Froebe with 22. Approaching that 26-point average she carries. Letniku, Gideon, 18-footer off the baseline. No, rebound Bowman.
Two.
Bowman, Froebe, here comes Froebe. Quickly, Heitzig, three on the way. Oh, and nearly had it. And at the score at the end of three, it's the Lady Railers 43, the Lady Tornadoes 28. Tell you what, let's send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back with the final quarter of play in 1 minute. Score 43-28, Lincoln ahead by 15. And I let's see what the defense looks like here. And it looks like it is a box and one or some type of zone and one against Chloe Froebe. And they're fronting her and hanging onto the uniform. Inside Paulus, and we're going to have yet another jump ball. Well, if these were the old rules and we actually did have jump balls, the girls would be exhausted just from all the jump balls. Ryan Stolzenberg going to go out. Ava Gorin's back in the basketball game. Again, Lincoln up 15. And let's see if the defense continues here. McCullough out of the corner, an 18-footer. No good, rolls around and out. Sagal almost had the rebound. Ball on the floor again. Guess what? Another jump ball. And the ball will go back to Lincoln.
We should have been keeping that stat tonight.
No. There are some stats that are not worth keeping. That's one of them. It's like a stat they've got on the board that says recoveries. I'm still not sure what that is. I think it's steals, but nobody's told me. After all these years, I still can't figure out what it is. Heitzig, the three out of the corner, might have been partially tipped. She's going to get her own rebound. Good follow by Becca Heitzig. Good smarts to step in there. Heitzig will drive in the lane, take a 15-footer up again. Nope, rebound back of the iron. She's going to get it again. So Becca Heitzig will probably end up being the leading rebounder tonight the way she's going. To Gorins. Gorins to Bowman. Back out front, Heitzig. Heitzig. Bowman. Bowman. Bowman, cross-court Heitzig. Heitzig, corner Gorins. Poston and Paulus up. Froebe out of the basketball game now. No, Frobe's still in the basketball game. Sorry, didn't see her there.
They're just
with a shadow.
They need to run a backdoor cut or something like a.
She's trying a ball screen there for Heitzig, but girl was able to fight through it. See if they try it again. Yep. Bowman, Gorins. Gorins going to drive. Now Gorins going to pull it back out. Lady Railers working a little bit of clock here. Good pass to Heitzig. Good cut. Baseline 10-footer. Good.
There's your Jenna
There was
Bowman
your back cut. Yep. 45-28 to Lincoln lead. Sagal going to come up, take the three. Might have been knocked out partially away, and Froebe comes out with a rebound. Chloe Froebe going to push the basketball. Here she comes. She's going to get fouled, and I think the foul's going to go against Sagal, number 33. Yep. Sagal, Haley Sagal, her first, team's third. Emily Paulus will take the ball out of bounds, right side of the Lincoln basket toward the Lincoln bench. Going to get it inbounds and knocked out of bounds by number 25, Ellie Richards. So they've switched defenders on Chloe Froebe, taking number 20. No, 24 is still in the basketball game, so they've switched defenders on Chloe. And now Sagal's going to take, let's see who takes Chloe, and now Richards is going to stay, and now they switch off Letniku. So they're switching people off on Chloe Froebe. And now they seem to pull off of her, so they seem to, either they got lost. Froebe the three, good.
I'm not sure they...
I think the girls got lost in that and weren't sure what they were supposed to be doing because they left her too open. And McCullough's going to fall down, and Paulus is going to get called for the foul. Give Chloe Froebe 25 on the evening. Lincoln up 20, 48-28, with 5:46 to go in the basketball game.
See if we can get a stop here.
Give a shout out tonight to loyal Rail Splitter fans, Roger and Sally Gazda, listening at home over there on 5th Street. Watching Roger, I'm sure, quite relaxed in his easy chair. And Letniku lost the ball by herself. Good defense by Becca Heitzig. Goes in the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover against Taylorville. 5.5 to go here. 20-point lead by Lincoln. Reese McEwen back in the basketball game, and Jenna Bowman sits down.
Good minutes from Jenna Bowman. Brings a lot.
Heitzig, the long three, around and out. No, and the foul, Emily, I think, is going to go against Emily Paulus on Gideon with a push. 3 on Emily Paulus.
But a long shot's going to produce a long rebound, and we were all real close underneath that basket. So just talking about rebounding position and being smart when the shot goes up.
Oh, and Gideon got, and ball on the floor, lost the ball. Heitzig comes up in a hurry. Left wing Gorns. Gorns drives baseline, running one-hander. No, up, no good. Ball on the floor. Letniku comes out of there in a hurry. Here she comes, pulls the mask down. She goes down the lane, throws it up against Heitzig, and Heitzig draws the charge. Got position in front of her. I know their coaches are going over there when she was still moving, but she was in a vertical position right in front of the girl.
Which I think it was adjusting that mask. I mean,
we were watching that. She went on the floor. She's adjusting the mask. 48-28 to Lincoln lead. Fouls on Letniku, her second. And the team's fourth. Reese got in deep, had to give it back up. Here comes Chloe. Chloe, the running one-hander. Blocked. McEwen goes up. Might have gotten some foul there. And no call under the Lincoln basket. As now Keitzman runs out with it. Taylorville in a hurry. Need to put some points on the board in a hurry. Sagal, the long shot, up no good. McEwen, and kicked ahead to Heitzig. Here comes Beck on the run. Layup time, and Sagal comes out of nowhere to knock it out of bounds.
I'm predicting a big nasty on that. What are you thinking? Channel 1450, that might be a big nasty.
That could be a big nasty. I still think that Landon's dunk the other night at Mount Zion should get consideration for the big nasty.
Yeah, I think, you know what? He put some...
You do a baseline drive and cram it home with both hands. I think
you deserve a big nasty.
I think you get to be at least considered for it.
Hey, we're going to give a WLCN 96.3 big nasty. We'll give him that.
I think we need to do something,
We'll call it different.
Yeah. What do we want to call it? Oh, hey, maybe we call it the Big Dipper or something. Top Hat Creamery's Big Dipper. Maybe we do that.
See, Lloyd, we're giving you some ideas
here. We're giving you some sales ideas here. We have to come up with everything, my friend. 4:18 to go here in the basketball game. We just have too much fun. How many people we got listening tonight, Lloyd? At least 3? Us 3. Hey, don't forget our fine sponsors, folks. I tell you, they really stepped up to the plate this year. Comfort Inn and Suites, Hampton Inn and Lincoln, the Lincoln Dare program, Schneider Masonry, a family-owned business, Lincoln IGA, your hometown proud full-service grocery store. The Park District stepped up, and, of course, Uncle James sitting there in the stands. So you folks who couldn't make it here or couldn't make it to the road games could enjoy at least the home games on WLCN. They've really stepped up big, and please, if you can't patronize them, just give them a call and thank them. Say, hey, thank you for doing what you did. It let me see my children, my grandchildren, my nieces or whomever watch their basketball games. McEwen down the lane, layup time. Oh, almost had the and one.
That was a great move by Reese McEwen.
Good post move by Reese McEwen.
She jabbed to the left, or jab right, and took off down to the right-hand side. So
this summer, I think we need to get her to the Kevin McHale Big Persons Camp.
You know, her mom and I have been talking about maybe some skills camps, some post camps, and stuff we could do this summer.
She's got a few moves in the post. First one up and no good by Reese McEwen, the junior. Second one up and no good. Front of the iron, a little bit short. Folks, this team's got a bright future. We've had at times 3 freshmen out on the floor playing. And Froebe just picked her pocket up, and Chloe missed the bunny.
Oh.
She couldn't have been any more open. Nobody near her, and she misses the bunny. Now she's going for it, and she's going to get nailed for the foul.
Oh.
As it usually happens, frustrated when you make a mistake and commit the foul on the other end of the floor. And mom, which hat do you have on right now? Is it the mom hat or the coach hat or both?
It's a little bit of both, because she did that last night too.
Gideon, the long 3 up and no good. Rattles around. Froebe and number 20. Clayton fight for it. Froebe last to touch it. It'll go over to Taylorville with 3:16 to go here in quarter number 4.
Sorry about that. I think she's just not used to being that open. And when
I do think that I would agree with you. I think she was expecting a defender and one wasn't there.
Yep. And
Clayton in the lane, left-hander up, no good. Rebound goes to Reese McEwen. McEwen going to have to bring it up herself as they're guarding Chloe here till almost the very end. McEwen in the lane. Froebe the long 3. No, short. Rebound Gorans. Heitzig. Gorans. Froebe. Froebe spin move in the lane. Good pass to McEwen. McEwen in the trees. Kicks it Heitzig. Heitzig might have been on the line when she took that shot. Up, no good. 2:43 to go. Lincoln still up 20. Keisman ahead of the pack, and she lays it up and good. Got some good hands right there. Put her at wide receiver.
She got that. Get that with that basket. Gets into double figures.
Yep, she has 11. The only person in double figures, I believe, for Taylorville right now. Lincoln lead 48-30. Gorans out front. Froebe.
They're forcing her right.
Froebe, good pass to McEwen. That's a good backdoor cut. Threw it up, no good. Might have got hacked. Throws it up again. Again, might have got hacked. And Reese McEwen comes out of there with it. Going to take 10-footer off the baseline, rolls it around. Froebe battles in there. Ball now kicked out of there. And I think Letnicu is the one that kicked it out.
It's getting pretty physical underneath that basket. I'm telling you.
Keitzman, Sagal, a left-handed hook shot she took. Didn't get it. Gideon gets the rebound, puts it up. 48-32, the Lincoln lead. 1:45 to go here in a basketball game. Chloe Froebe going to take it down the lane.
Oh my God.
I think there was a bit of a foul there, but no call.
Took her head off.
And out front, left-handed Letnicu throws it up. Look, Taylorville girls know how to use the left hand, and Gorans and Keitzman fight for the rebound. And yet another jump ball.
I think she's got a bruise across her eye.
And I believe that Coach Eldred might have. He substituted pretty freely. I'm not sure he's thrown the towel in, but and now Imogen Werner's going to come in and Jasmine Robbins going to come in. Ava Gorans, Reese McEwen going to sit down. Jenna Bowman's going to come in.
Oh, they're going to let her come in.
Callie Havera into the game for Taylorville, number 3. Number 12 into the basketball game is not on my roster.
Let me see here.
I don't think that's Aubrey Keisman because she's number 5 on the varsity.
You're right.
Woodward in the basketball game. There's a long three, and it goes in. Off the top of the backboard, goes in. And Ellie Richards nails home the three. It's 48-35 with a minute to go in this basketball game. Clock's going to be in the red here shortly as Froebe to Imogen Werner. 10-footer in the lane. Good! Brock Werner just jumped off of his couch, dancing around his living room. No, he's probably here.
But if he did do that, we'd like to see video.
Yes, we would. And hey, wow, Olivia McCullough throws down the 10-footer off the baseline. Folks, I think we can probably put this one into the books. Lincoln up 13 with 38 seconds to go. And a good pass into Froebe. She got behind the defense, lays it up and in. Give Chloe Froebe 27 on the evening. 30 seconds to go in a basketball game. Out front, three on the way, good, and that's Callie Havera, a sophomore just in the basketball game. She nails a three from the top of the key. Emily Paulus now with the basketball with 10 seconds to go in a basketball game. Well, Taylorville's not giving up, that's for sure. They're still playing defense. Froebe out front, referee counting, and Froebe, I think, is just going to dribble this one out, and she does. And the final score here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium is Lincoln 52 and Taylorville 40. And I'll tell you what, we're going to send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout and come back with the postgame show.
Thank you. For a great season.
There'd be a picture coming.
Jay Hardin, Kari Froebe back here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, where it's a very happy end to the season for the Lincoln Lady Railers as they beat Taylorville tonight 52-40. And we've got a couple of very special guests on the postgame show. Of course, Coach Taylor Rohrer joining us for her usual postgame comments, but we wanted you folks to get to meet the lone senior on the Lady Railers basketball team. Since you got a senior night, but you didn't have all of Railer Nation with you here on senior night, we wanted them to be able to meet you and talk to you for just a moment as you close out your career at Lincoln Community High School. Good season, good evening. What's your next plans? You going to go to college?
Yeah, so I haven't really decided yet where I'm going. It's either between U of I or Marquette. Marquette's going to be, if I go there, I'll be in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program on their early track to the doctorate program, or if I go to U of I, I'll be majoring in kinesiology.
That sounds great.
Well, she also applied at Hawaii.
I did. I got into Hawaii, too.
Yes.
I don't blame you. When I was applying for law schools, I applied everywhere in the Midwest and to Pepperdine because it was in Malibu, California. Not that I could afford to go there, but just in case.
We were hoping for Hawaii.
Yeah,
Come visit, right?
Hoping for Hawaii. See, there you go. You got to think about these things. So what was it like? What's it been like to play for Coach Rohrer here?
It's been great. I mean,
you can say now because you're done.
oh, yeah, I'll talk all this back. No, these past 4 years have given me some memories I'll never forget. The coaching staff, they've been there for me every single step of the way. I mean, no matter what. Freshman year, coming in, not knowing. I mean, I knew some people, didn't know any of the coaching staff. I knew Coach Keeler, had him for a year at WLB. Other than that, didn't know anybody. I mean, freshman year, obviously, I'm the only one who lasted. So,
well, that's part of toughing it out over 4 years and getting to your senior year, so you can say, "Hey, I played 4 years. I got to my senior year. I got to have my, a little bit different senior night this year. We know that, but you still got to have a senior night, and I think that was the main thing." So, talk a little bit about. And tell the folks at home, it's been a different year for you girls. You didn't have the practice time, which, by the way, you should have been loving that. Lack of practice time,
sure.
You should have been loving that.
For sure.
So, not having as much practice, having, what did we play, 18 game schedule this year. So you had an 18-game schedule, but no postseason. What were kind of some of the challenges for you and the other girls kind of coming into this year and going through the year?
I mean, so last year we lost a big part of our starting lineup with Keeler and Leah. So, I mean, we had to have somebody step in, fill that spot with Keeler leaving, with Leah leaving. Those were two of our huge players last year. So it definitely showed the first couple of games with that inexperience, the young lineup. Come a long way since the first game. With not having a lot of practice, I think it would have been a completely different season. Would have had a lot of different outcomes if we would have had some practices. I mean, it's funny because the girls complain about, like the freshmen when we run, they complain about it. I'm like, girls, you have no idea. You didn't have the practices in the beginning. You didn't. I mean, but those are what makes the memories. Like this year, it's been hard not to have practices because even though we hate them sometimes,
that's where you bond.
That's where we have the fun.
So, tell me about who's your mom and dad. You want to say hi to mom and dad out there? You want to say hi to the family out there? No, right here.
Hi, Mom.
Here's the camera right there. So mom's here. Okay.
Yep, they're both here.
Okay.
She usually has a camera in her hand too.
Of course, always.
Well, she'll probably be viewing the YouTube of this after. You're gonna save the YouTube broadcast tonight for her post-game interview, aren't you? Yeah, mom gives a thumbs up there. Who's the toughest team you played this year?
I would say Charleston or Mattoon, or T-Town. We've talked about this before every single game. The Apollo this year is crazy unpredictable. Like we talked about tonight in the locker room, you can't walk into a single game in the Apollo conference thinking you have it in the bag, because on any night, any of the teams will show up and give you a run for their money.
Well, I want to say this. You were not, I know, the leading scorer in the games, but you provided defense and leadership and a mental toughness that is, the mental toughness part is you don't teach that. Somebody either has it or they don't, and maybe somebody acquires it. Maybe the light bulb goes on at some point, but you meant a whole lot to this team, and maybe that's not something you know now, but you will realize it later as you go on in life and you think, hey, when I played, I'm the one who told the girls where to be, or I went and got in somebody's face and said, don't you throw that ball away like that again. That's what you've provided to this basketball team.
Well, she provided the stability. You know what I mean? Like the one that the girls could go to.
And not every leader on the team is the leading scorer or the best player. Sometimes leaders come from other places. It's that person that steps up and provides what the team needs, and you provided that this year.
Yeah, I mean, I knew coming into this year that was going to be my role. I just had to be the one to be there for all the girls no matter what, every single day. Because there's some days where some girls, they're just not there, like not having a good day. I have to be the one to pick them up, say, let's go, we got a game, like, I don't care what happened. Like, get it all out of your head, let's go.
So are you the one that goes up to that Froebe girl and says, look, you screw up another one of my assists. I hit you with a perfect pass, and you blow a bunny or something like that. You get in her face like that, and you say, hey, don't you do that again.
They just duke it out in the locker room.
Okay, well,
Emily gets
Yeah, that's why we're the last ones out of the locker room. We're fighting it out every time.
All right, I'm going to turn to your coach here. Stay right there.
Can I have her say something real quick?
Please do.
I just want her to give, like, maybe some words of wisdom to any, like, future Lady Railers or you know, girls out there that are going to be part of the program. Give them some words of wisdom of, you know, tell them to do to
start your conditioning program now.
Just work hard over the summer. We stress it a lot during practice. Like, it's got to come in the off season, so start it now. If you want to have that spot, you got to work for it. There's always going to be younger girls gunning for your spot, and that showed a lot this year. I mean, like, you have to know that somebody's coming for you, and you have to know that you have the potential to beat that spot.
That's good.
It's just like we talked about, like, know your role on the team. Everybody's not always going to be the leading scorer. They're not going to score all the time. Know your role. Somebody step up, be the leader. You just got to know what you're going to bring to the team.
You know, there's a lot of boys watching on YouTube, and like, who's that?
I know.
I'm telling you, you're going to be a celebrity from now on. So, Coach, tell us and tell the folks at home, what's it been like to have a senior like this in your tenure here as coach at the high school?
Emily's a very special senior to me, so it's always nice to have a senior that is a coach on the floor, that knows you so well and knows what you want, that I don't even have to say it. Sometimes I just look at her and she knows, and she does it, and she tells the other girls, and it's been a blessing to have a kid like that has no problem saying, hey, you got to be doing this, or you got to be doing this. You know, that helps the team bond a little bit, you know, because she's showing that leadership that she has. She's a natural born leader. And I think that everybody that watched our games this year could see that. But she was the coach on the floor, and that's a really special thing. And she was the coach in the locker room. Sometimes, you know, before the game, after the game, you know, we hear them talking. And she, before practice, anytime I needed, like, over the summer, I'll be like, hey, Emily, I need you to tell the girls this. Hey, I need you to, you know, get this message out. And I was actually talking to Coach Hauk today, and I just, I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss that kind of leadership, that kind of person that you can just always depend on to do the right thing. And that is, Emily Pauls is like the kid that always does the right thing. And I can depend on that, and I'm going to miss it.
And I think, Emily, so you hear this, you and the other girls, not only you represented yourselves, your school, and your community very well. I can tell you that when our kids, when our athletes walk into other places, that's some of the feedback we hear is how classy our kids are. We're out there and we do things the right way. So if you take nothing else with you, just remember that. There's nothing wrong. You'll always get ahead if you do things the right way. And I think that's something that Coach Rohrer's taught. I know it's something that Coach Al teaches. And you and the other girls have represented the school very well this year. You should be very proud of that.
Thank you.
All right, talk a little bit about, if you would, you got to 9-9, you got to 500, got to the 500 mark. But this team, as she said, has improved a great deal from the first game to this game. And you put the scare into Charleston. I mean, you put some scare into some of these other
SHG.
Apollo teams. Yeah, where they're sitting there looking, going, and I can tell you, I watched the Mount Zion feed from your game over there the other night, and those announcers are sitting there going, wow, they got three freshmen that come out and play like this. They're going to be good.
Yeah, and we got
good.
that feedback from a lot of people. Charleston's coach, a few refs that have reffed our games, you know, they'll comment on players or comment on the team. And you know what, the ref last night was like, I hope I get to ref you guys next year because you're going to be really good. And so that's really nice to hear, especially without any practice time. You know, here's a group of kids that we took, I mean, we probably had like 15 practices total, maybe this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, in a regular year, you know, you've got 15 practices before the first game. And so for them to, from where they started, which was a good place for a young team, you know, like she said, we lost 2 starters, then we had a starter not come out this year. So we had 2 returning starters, and that was it, so for these kids to step in and fill in those shoes, and I think from the get-go they did a really nice job. I think yesterday, today, you can really see that improvement. Yesterday they played so hard and they played so well, and it was a very physical game, and I think that maybe the refs, they called it pretty even. It was just very physical. And so sometimes when you're not getting to the line as much as you would prefer, the game can turn out a little bit differently. But I think that even in tonight's game, we struggled to make shots. I think that's the 2-hour bus ride, the late night, the early morning. You could see the tiredness in the outside shot, but once we started going to the hole and, just fast breaking, you could, you see how good we are and how good we're going to be, and the future is really bright. And it's an exciting thing. It's an exciting thing to have young kids pushing your older kids, and older kids, stepping up to where you want them to be.
Did you think, we talked a little bit about it, looked really good the first quarter offensively and defensively. Offense was really clicking. Second quarter, part of the second quarter and into the third quarter, you looked a little tired, but the second quarter I thought maybe the team settled for a few more jump shots as opposed to maybe making an extra pass or getting to the basket, where it's like, well, maybe we could have gotten a couple of better percentage shots, got a couple of buckets, and blown this baby wide open.
Right. And I think that comes from, having a young team and not having the practice time, because in practice, that's when you can be like, okay, hey, good shot, but you see your teammate open, maybe that one more pass, a little bit more high percentage. I actually said that to coach on the bench. I don't know if it was JV game or varsity game. I said, oh, she was open on the block. That would have been a more high percentage shot. So, we're seeing that too. And I think that as the kids have that experience on the floor, they're going to start to see it as well. I thought in the fourth quarter, we moved the ball pretty well, especially once they picked that pressure up. We were waiting for a little bit higher percentage shot. But I don't know, their bench came in and lit us up.
That's what they did.
They had a really nice.
Some things
they weren't afraid to put the ball up. We were watching this going, wow.
But that's a pretty young team too, and he's done a nice job with them as a first-year coach. And like she said, there's no gimme games in this conference, and sometimes you'd like to walk into a gym knowing you're going home with a victory. So
well, that's what I kind of thought happened in the second quarter. We had that lead, so it gave confidence to some of our other shooters,
right? Because
a lot of times we don't have that lead, so they're not feeling that confident. So I said, I guess, when you don't have practice, they were taking that as, hey, this is the time to build some of that confidence.
Absolutely.
And take some of those shots, because we do have the lead, a pretty comfortable lead right now. And I think they felt a little bit more relaxed to take some of those shots.
And I want them to take the shots. I want them to get used to shooting on a varsity floor for next year, so that we're ready, maybe, however many practices we get, we can even be more advanced because of the experience we got this year. So that, I'm trying to, positives of playing a lot of games and not too many practices, learning on the fly. Hey, they're capable of doing it. Now we know.
Well, and I talked to Coach Al about that Tuesday night in the post-game show with the boys. It's like, as a coach, what did we talk about what did the kids learn? One of the things he talked about was kids were learning on the fly because instead of doing things in practice, I'm writing it down on a board.
Yeah.
And then we're learning that. So I said, what did you learn as coaches? And he said, well, one of the things we learned was to have the board pointed in the right direction. Otherwise,
we had that conversation the other night, too. And when I heard that conversation on the radio, and I thought to myself, we just had that conversation the other night because the board was backwards. And then I was like, what are we doing? Yeah.
So, I think we've all learned something from this year, and it's been great to be able to get my wife likes getting me out of the house. It's been great to get out of the house, and the kids have provided entertainment for folks, and it's been good to get them out and kind of get them back into some type of normality, as it were. So, wrapping things up, anything you want to tell Railer Nation out there, or anything you want to say about the season we haven't already asked you?
Just that I'm really proud of these girls, and I hope that next year things open up and you get to come see them live, because I think that you're really going to enjoy watching them play, and big things coming, so stay tuned.
And we're going to miss you, Emily Powell.
We're going to miss you.
We're going to miss you
big time.
Good
big
luck.
Time.
Good luck to you. Are you playing another sport? You got another sport coming up here?
I have volleyball and softball.
Oh my goodness! So are volleyball and softball going to overlap for you?
They overlap for 2 weeks, I think.
Oh wow! So you're going to be quite busy between now and the time you graduate.
Yep.
Well, good luck to you. We wish you luck in college. We wish you luck in your future. We know you're going to do very, very well, and your mom and dad are very proud of you.
Yes, we're very proud of you.
Thank
Very
you.
proud.
All right. Thank you both for coming up
Thank
here
you.
on the Postgame Show. Coach, you got
Yeah.
the scoring tallied
yeah.
up so
Sure.
we can
Yeah, I can do it real fast. You want me to do it real fast?
do it
All right.
as fast as you like.
All right, for the visiting Taylorville Tornadoes, Callie Havera finished the game with 3. What is that name? Olivia McCullough with 2. Lechnik was 7.
Letniku.
That's right.
Letniku,
Letniku was 7. We got Hannah Clayton with 6. Olivia Woodward with 2. Ellie Richards with 5. Haley Sagal with 1. Courtney Gideon with 3. And your leader for the Taylorville Tornadoes was Aubrey Ketzman with the freshman with 11 points. And for your Lincoln Lady Railers, we had Jenna Bowman with 2, Ava Gorans with 7, Jasmine Robbins with 5, Emily Paulus, Inzer Career with 4. She was actually 100% from the free throw line. Becca Heitzig with 2, Ryan Stolzenberg with a 3-pointer, Imogen Warner with 2, and your leading scorer for the night was Chloe Froebe with 27.
And that establishes the record at 465 points for freshmen in the Lady Railer program here at Lincoln Community High School. And next year she takes aim at her sister's sophomore record. So
Well, let the battle begin, right?
there's going to be a battle there because you can, if she gets close, there may be a case of food poisoning. Hey, sis, here, eat this hamburger, and she's sick, and hey, I got her out for that game. Not that your daughter probably hasn't thought about that.
Right.
So, hey, we have really. I've enjoyed very much working with you, by the way. It's been a whole lot of fun, and the work that you put into helping get this off the ground is greatly appreciated, I know, by a number of people. I've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun up
we
here.
have.
This hasn't been probably a broadcast you would hear on 50,000 watt KMOX, but we're a lot more fun than they
Hey,
are.
that's right.
That's part of the deal. We've had a lot of fun this year, and it's been great to get to watch these girls grow and play, and we're all looking forward to next year. So,
And I appreciate WLCN doing this for the Lady Railers. We very much appreciate it.
We want to thank our producer,
Yes.
our on-site producer, engineer, writer, director, cameraman,
Gatorade bringer.
Right. host of the Jim and Lloyd morning show, and we want to thank Lloyd Kirby because Lloyd has traveled here, there, and yonder. Literally, probably doesn't know where he's at half the time, but he has done a wonderful job of setting things up, breaking things down, making sure that us who are the on-air talent, if we can say that, are ready to go, and we have things ready to go. So we want to thank him. We want to thank Winnie Ransdale back at the station for working these Lady Railer games, for Jim Ash for getting this all put together, and the hard work that he has done. All of our fine sponsors, the Hampton Inn, the Comfort Inn, Schneider Masonry, the Lincoln Dare program, the Park District, the Lincoln IGA, and of course Uncle James Siddons. We can't thank you enough for helping us. That's going to wrap things up for Lincoln Lady Railer basketball here for the 2021 season. Again, they finished 9-9 with a victory tonight over Taylorville. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night with the final Railer boys home game, but it's not the final game of their season. They have 2 on Saturday as Coach Al attempts to tie Steve Gores for 881, second on the all-time Illinois boys coaching win list. As he stands down underneath one of the baskets, he's probably wanting us to leave. But that's going to wrap it up here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. So on behalf of all of the people here at WLCN, the girls in the Lady Railer program, they appreciate your support. Get out and see them next year. You're going to find a team that's really exciting to watch. So for everybody, let's send it back to the Classic Fix 96. This is Jay Hardin from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium saying thanks for listening.